Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. It's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded. You know what it's like with Christmas, New Year, busy time. We had a fantastic win at Leicester. Meant to do a match reaction about that, but I just literally didn't have the time. I've been here, there, and everywhere. Been up to Ibrox for the Old Firm derby. Lucky charm me. You know, Rangers 3, Celtic 0. I know that Miles off it in the league, but it was a great result, great game. A lot of people asking me about Ibrox. Been Ibrox before. It's a great stadium. You know what I mean? They do make some noise in there. There's nothing better when you get the Rangers boys up for it. And yeah, they got behind the team and they won 3-0. So that was a good little day out, a little break from eating Pringles in the morning and turkey sandwiches and stuff like that. So it was good to get out the house. But the Leicester game, I'll touch on it. I thought we played a lot better. The defence still does look a bit shaky, but I think without that protection in front of it with Rodri, it's always going to be like that. So we've just got to make sure we keep picking up the points and picking up the wins. As far as polished performances go, I don't think we're going to see one for a while. I feel like we could probably pick holes in every performance, but we've got to be realistic, and it's about winning. You know what I mean? We've been through a patch this season that we're not used to for a while, where we were getting beat a lot, and I can't lie, it ain't good. It's not good. You know what I mean? I know people laugh and say, "Oh, you know, it reminds me of City back in the day." Yeah, I'm not used to that anymore, and a lot of Blues aren't. So we don't want to go back to Man City back in the day. I know the away days were good in the Championship and that, but we'll leave that to the swamp dwellers over the road. They've got their own battle to contend with. You know what I mean? Relegation. We need Champions League. We need Real Madrid away. We need Benfica away. We need a bit of warmth. We need Paris Saint-Germain. We need that kind of lifestyle. I know it can get a bit boring in that, but we can't be entitled, because it could all slip away at any moment. And next minute, 1 minute you're in the Bernabeu, next minute you're on a train in Kazakhstan going to a Conference League game. So we've got to be careful, Blues. We've got to be careful. You know what I mean? I know some of you twisted Blues out there would love a train to Kazakhstan, and I'm partial to the old train to Kazakhstan. But at the minute, the way we are as a football club, I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean? But Leicester was good. It was good to see Savio score his first goal. We've said it all season. He's looked really, really good, but that end product's been missing. He got on the score sheet. And Big Earl, you know what I mean? They call Haaland, how they can call Haaland, I don't know. Without Erling Haaland this season, we'd be in a right mess, you know what I mean? So these people that call him are just jealous, you know. He can go through these spells where he might not score in 3 or 4 games and doesn't look like he's getting involved, but then when you need him, the chips are down, you know, he turns up. So good to see him get on the score sheet again. Good to see him smiling. And we move. West Ham at home. Just going to have a little drink of my coffee. I've woke up this morning. It's about, I don't know, 8, 9 inches of snow out there. It's grim. It's grim. But bit of good news is I'm going away in the morning. I am flying out to Dubai on my holidays. But I'm just wondering, A, is Manchester Airport going to be knackered? And B, how the fuck am I going to get my car off the drive? So, yeah, it's all dilemmas, but I'm not going to rub it in. It's a fully deserved break. 5 years, no beers. Thought I would treat myself. So having a family holiday. So phones off, chilling out. But I'm going away happy. I'm going away smiling. I'm going away with a bit of a glow about myself. Because, yeah, Manchester City 4, West Ham 1. A win's a win, people. Good performance. I thought we were solid. I thought we was okay. Of course, West Ham had their moments. We're Manchester City now. Without a Rodri and a DM, we're giving teams moments. But we scored 4 goals. You know, we controlled the game. We got people on the pitch. Mcfc came on. Savio, again, 2 assists, a goal. Erling Haaland, thriving. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of positives. I mean, we started the game well enough. West Ham did have a little bit of joy on the break. They've got that outlet in Kudus, who's a dangerous player. But the same with Kudus, he's got no end product half the time. So you got the feeling they were going to get chances, but was you really confident they were going to score? Because I wasn't. You know what I mean? I thought, yeah, they're huffing and puffing a bit. You know, Paqueta in midfield, he's a nice player on the eye, little flicks and touches and keeps the ball moving. In our team, I think Paqueta would be great. In their team, when they're digging deep and they need runners and that, he's not really for me. He's not really for me. But anyway, we scored the first goal. They've put it down as an own goal on some sites, but obviously it was great work by Savio down the left, and he smashes it, and it takes a deflection off Caval, and it goes in. It's 1-0. We're happy with that. And then I said to my mate, it's drifting towards half time. We need to finish them off. We can't go in at 1-0. We did that against Everton, and you're like, you always know there's a chance of them getting back in the game. So just before half time, Savio with a great cross. Loved them crosses from the left. Whipped it in. The big fella at the back post. It's what he does best. Rises, bang, get in. And I'm not being funny. I've been saying it for a long time that you've got to get the balls in the box to this guy. He's so dangerous. He can literally flick a toe at it. He can flick his ponytail at it. He can do everything. But the thing is, he's a monster when that ball comes in that box. He comes alive. So having him trotting around on the edge of the box, he's literally not affecting the play. Get the ball in the box. I understand why Pep is reluctant to do it, because if the ball gets cleared, they can break on the counter-attack. We've not got the legs to keep tracking back and breaking that up. I get it. But I'm not being funny. We're giving these teams easy games when we're not playing the ball in the box. And don't forget, they've got to break, and they've got to break at speed, and they've got to break on us and make the right decisions and create the goal, which a lot of these teams ain't up to that. So for me, I'd forget about the transitions and the counter-attacks. I'd concentrate on our strengths. Get the two wingers going on the outside and getting them balls in the box. That is what I would be doing. And, yeah, 2-0, half-time, happy as a pig in shit. We come out the second half. Erling Haaland, great through ball by Savio. Haaland again, little dink over the keeper. Great finish. Big smile on his face. Free. Phil Foden, mistake by West Ham. Kevin De Bruyne breaks. He had the choice of slotting in Haaland, slotting in Foden. Slots in Foden, Foden through the legs. 4. And then West Ham got a little consolation. But overall, you've got to be happy with that. I've seen people coming out the ground smiling. I'm walking last few weeks around the bend, and the people coming towards me, you can see the face. Everyone was fuming. You know what I mean? Everyone was arguing with themselves and proper going over it and that. Yesterday, they walked past, everyone's smiling. It's the typical new City, fan, happy. Going home on a Saturday night to the missus, takeaway, match of the day, smiling. Not going down the boozer, getting 10 Stellas, coming home, kicking the gaffing, you know what I mean? Volleying the dog, Kurt Zuma style and shit like that. There's a lot of fans do that because they can't handle the team getting beat. But fortunately, we're not in that position at the minute. So, yeah, big up them fans that don't go home volleying dogs. I'm not condoning volleying dogs, by the way. But you know what I mean? It was good to see everybody with a smile on the face. Transfer window is now officially open. We've been linked with a few players. The young centre-back at Lens, Kuzmanov, 20-year-old. I actually know a Lens fan, a friend of mine. So I messaged him and said, what's this kid like? His response was interesting. He said to me, he's a very young, very raw defender. Very last-minute, aggressive type defender, a bit like Otamendi. So I was like, that's mad. Because I thought City would have gone for someone with a little bit of flair and control, but he seems to think he's very, very aggressive and loves a last-ditch tackle. So maybe Pep's trying to get a little bit of physicality in the back four. So we've been linked with him. We'll see how that goes. There was news breaking the other night that we were going to sign Eintracht Frankfurt striker, come winger, Mamouche, the Egyptian. Some Egyptian guy, apparently he broke it on social media, but I've not heard anything since. I'd be very surprised if Eintracht Frankfurt let Mamouche go in January. There was a situation that, is it Mouani, their ex-striker, was at Paris Saint-Germain. He was, apparently he can go. So if he can go back to Frankfurt and Mamouche can come to City, then, we might have a deal. We've been linked with Douglas Luiz on loan. Obviously, he's a player we know. Pep knows him from being at City, but is he going to be the answer? I'd probably take him. You know, if he's not getting in at Juventus, I'd probably take him. So yeah, Douglas Luiz could be an option. And then you're looking around the Premier League at players, but these players having great seasons. Cunha at Wolves, Semenya at Bournemouth, Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle. And it's going to be so difficult to get these players out of these clubs. Do you know what I mean? So January is going to be hard. I do think City's going to end up overpaying or something. But we definitely need bodies. You know, we can't let these couple of wins mask the fact that we went on a disaster run. So I hope that they don't think, oh, we're all right now, we're back to our best, because we can clearly see we're not. You know what I mean? We've got to get in the top 4. We need it for the Champions League money. But is there any transfer targets out there you'd sign? Is there any players out there you'd want City to sign? You know, I feel like we need to do a transfer show. I feel like when I come back from holiday, I might get a list of potential targets and do a show, get another City fan on and sort of talk the fat about who and possibly what we can get. There's a young centre-back from a Swedish team who's on loan at Real Valladolid. I think he's called Bar or something like that. Junma Bar or something like that. There's talk of us signing him, very young, 18. So it definitely looks like we're going for the younger bracket of player, building for the future. Echeverri is now a Manchester City player, but we've given permission to play in the Argentina under-20 side in some World Championships till the middle of Feb. So he's going to be getting game time out there. But other than that, we're looking all right. It's good to see Savio with a bit of confidence doing the step overs and stuff. Jeremy Doku didn't play. Grealish came on late near the end, but there's definitely got to be a problem with Jack Grealish for me. How he's not getting in the team. He played that game against Forest in the middle of the park, and I thought he played well. Then he's obviously something's happened or something, because he's not getting anywhere near the team. You know what I mean? He's not getting a sniff. You know, I don't know what the future holds for Jack. You know, if he's not getting in this team now, when we're on this run, will he get in it? Is he going to get in it? Are they going to replace him? I don't know. Kyle Walker came on yesterday. People were going mad again, saying, oh, he cost us the goal and all that. I mean, Kyle, we know where Kyle's at as a player. We know where he's at. We think it's probably going to be Kyle's last season. Rico Lewis, a player that's had criticism from a lot of City fans, including myself, for the midfield position. I thought he played well yesterday. I feel like when he sticks to fullback, Rico, I feel he's a steady player there, and I think he's all right there. And yesterday, I couldn't fault him. When he did come in midfield, the odd time, he linked it well. But I feel like when he's predominantly in the middle of the park, he's prone to mistakes and getting shoved off the ball. I think it's too physical for him in there. Do you know what I mean? You look back over the years at the Premier League, there's only players like N'Golo Kante. You know, you look at Bernardo Silva, you can't get the ball off him. Rico just needs to learn that physical side of his game for me. You know what I mean? But at the minute, he's playing fullback and he's doing all right. I can't fault him. I think he's doing well. So I know some City fans that are on his case, but you got to give it, you know, if he's playing bad, then tell him he's playing bad. If he's playing well, then give him his flowers. So for me, I thought he's doing all right. Ortega's stepped up in net, no problem. That's the one position as a City fan I don't think anyone worries about. We know Ortega's a good keeper. The Edison situation seems a bit strange, but it is what it is. I feel like there's a big freshen up on the horizon at this football club. I feel like players that we've loved for a while, Edison, Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, Grealish, etc., Bernardo, maybe it could be the end for them, you know, this season. And we've seen it before with Aguero, Yaya, David Silva. We've just got to trust the board and trust the manager, because usually they get it right. So I feel like there's going to be big changes, but we've got to keep going. We've got Salford City next in the FA Cup. I'm going to watch that out on my jollies. Salford are on a good run. I think they were 20th in the league in October when Robinson took over. I think the second now. But it's Gary Neville and it's Scholesy, good friends of mine off the overlap. Yeah, I want us to absolutely fucking hammer him so I can message him. So yeah, no mercy. I think McAtee, Nico O'Reilly. I feel like the striker we signed from West Ham, Medema, maybe could get some game time against Salford in the FA Cup at home. I think we're more than good enough to stick a Gundogan in the midfield and maybe a Kovacic or a Wright and just knock it around and basically, you know, just get the win. We don't have to go out there and flatten them. We don't. We just need to get the win and use it as a little game we can get minutes into people's legs. You know what I mean? Nico O'Reilly, for me, needs minutes now. He's been on that bench. He's got that. They'll be calling him Splinter because he's literally not even at 4-1, he's not coming on for 10 minutes. So Nico O'Reilly has to play in that game for me. We've got to keep the momentum up. We've got to keep going. And all I'm going to say is it's good to see everybody smiling. Manchester City 4, West Ham 1. We keep on moving. I'm off to go and pack sun cream, shorts, City shirts, and I'm going to enjoy my jollies. Please hit a like on this video. Please share it to other Blues. And yeah, I'm not going to say City are back because we know it can go pretty Pete Tong pretty quick. But what I'm going to say is we're back in the room. We're back in the room. We're in the mix. And we've top 4 is the aim. Got to keep on going. Salford next. And then Ipswich. And then Paris Saint-Germain, which is going to be, you know, a very important game. So listen, thank you for everyone for being patient. I appreciate everybody coming up to me at the match yesterday. It was good to say hello to everybody. Man City are winning games. Manchester is covered in snow. And United are getting relegated. Big up the Blues. See you soon.